Kyle already said, but let's get into our NFC East predictions. The reason we're getting into the NFC East first is because Eagles won the Super Bowl. You got to start off with the champs. And of course, we all remember the Commanders and the Eagles were in that NFC Championship game. So with the lighter, we got to start off with probably the best division in the NFC, maybe football, although I'm sure
the NFC North.
Yeah. NFC North. I don't mind that one. I don't mind that one. But let's start off with that. Now, Kyle already gave his prediction, and Kyle is going with the Commanders. The Eagles are not going to repeat, and it goes on for another year, making it 23 years in a row?
I guess 22, because it's at 21.
Oh, it's at 21. Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous, but 22 years, and then it'll be the Commanders to break it at 22.
All right, so give me your reasoning for the Commanders, and I'll give you my top team, and then we'll go from there.
All right. You know how everybody says like Bo Nix is old?
Yeah. 25 is old, I guess.
Jaden Daniels is the same age.
Yeah, that's true.
Like for some reason, no one ever says that he's old. I don't understand that. They're always like, it's like there's like, I think there's like 2 or 3 months apart from
December 2000 is Jaden Daniels. February 2000. Oh no, Bo Nix is almost a full year older.
December 2000.
Yeah, and then Bo Nix is February of 2000.
So 10 months.
So 10 months, yeah.
Still
almost a full year. Almost a full year.
Even I'll even give you a year. Does
that and I'm not saying that makes him like ridiculously older. I'm just saying like it's almost a full year. But I know what you're saying. Like that's almost inconsequential when it comes to their careers.
It's like when you were 10 months old, he was born. No one would be like, dude, you're so much older than him. Like,
dude, he's 10 months. That's like 3 years in NFL.
Apparently. But I feel like what they're calling old, I'm calling experience. And I think Jaden Daniels came in with a ton of experience. His numbers, specifically on third down last year, with a QBR of like 110 on third down on the season, he was better in the clutchest moments. He had multiple touchdown winning drives. He just has the clutch gene, and he was able to take a team that didn't have a ton of offensive talent. I mean, they had some guys, but it's not like they were loaded. And he was able to take them to an NFC Championship game in year 1. The Eagles, like that team had been playing together for years. This Commander team is just starting, and straight up, like head coach for head coach, like I'm taking Dan Quinn over Sirianni.
Wow.
And Sirianni even has a Super Bowl now.
Yeah.
But I think the roster is just that talented. I think Vic Fangio is probably the best coordinator in the game defensively. I think Kellen Moore is really good. I think what we've learned is that when Sirianni has the right coordinators and the frickin' GM has built like
a monster team.
I mean, all he has to do is not fuck it up. And credit for him for not fucking it up. But Dan Quinn actually created the success we're seeing. I feel like he got his hands dirty and did it. And for that reason, I just feel like the Commanders are the team this year. They added Deebo Samuel. They added Laramie Tunsil to protect Jaden Daniels on the offensive line. They have really good running backs and in Brian Robinson Jr. and also bringing in
Eckler.
Austin Eckler. Is he still under contract this year, or is he a free agent?
He is still on their depth chart, so I assume
Okay.
he's still going to be on their roster.
And then, of course, Terry McLaurin has a contract thing going on right now. We'll see what happens with that. But if you got Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel on the same field with Jaden Daniels, they were, I think, 10-1 when Jaden Daniels had 55 or more rushing yards, which happened often, as you can tell by the record. So he's a dual threat quarterback. Dan Quinn's a defensive guy, so I expect the defense to be better. I think this is going to be one of the better teams in the NFL. I think a 12-win season is their floor, and I think like 13 is their ceiling. I really think.
Oh, wow.
I think they're like almost guaranteed to win 12. If they win 13, that would be their high. I never do this, but I'm putting their ceiling and their floor that close.
Damn,
together.
that's crazy. So Kyle's got the Commanders winning the NFC East to start. Now, looking at the Commanders roster, kind of like you said, if I'm being honest, I really like their wide receiver depth a lot more than the Eagles. Now, Eagles, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, it's almost like, cool, we're good, right? And then you look at the rest of their guys. Jahan Dotson, he had a really good play in those playoffs, and he did well. But I don't know if I necessarily believe in him being a like the next up and coming guy or one of those really high contributors on this team. Johnny Wilson, Terrace Marshall Jr., Anaya Smith, Danny Gray, Elijah Cooks. Those are some no-namers on the Eagles depth chart in terms of wide receiver. Now we go to Commanders. Terry McLaurin, as long as they sign him, which I fully believe they will because it's Terry fucking McLaurin. Deebo Samuel, which they just got. Noah Brown, who showed a lot for being I believe, a rookie. Luke McCaffrey, Michael Gallup, KJ Osborne. That's just some of those guys there. I really like the depth that the Commanders have at wide receiver. And to be fair, I like their depth at running back too with Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler. The only thing is I'm taking Saquon all day over both of those guys. And while I believe that having Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler will help you kind of have that balance in terms of the running game and running back Austin Eckler going out for catching passes and stuff, like it'll help. I don't know if I necessarily like them still more because they both are very injury prone, Robinson Jr. and Eckler. We've seen that. But if, all in all, after kind of looking at the rosters and seeing what's happened over the offseason, yes, Kellen Moore is no longer the offensive coordinator for Philly. They promoted the guy who has been the passing game coordinator and has been there since 2021. And while I don't remember his name, he's been there for a while already. He has been to 2 Super Bowls and has helped that offense be what it is. I'm going to go with the Super Bowl champions repeating for the NFC East. Eagles fly, Eagles fly. Call. They're going to win the NFC East. And finally, this division is going to have repeat champion for the first time in 21 years. I'm going Eagles. I'm going Jalen Hurts. I'm going Barkley. I'm going AJ Brown. I'm going Smith, Dallas Goedert, that offensive line, which is just amazing. It has been one of the best offensive lines in recent NFL. So I'm going to go with the Eagles as the NFC East champions in 2025, but the Commanders are in second place. And I think this would be the second time that they finish second in a row. I'm going Eagles for my NFC East champions. The Commanders are second. Again, they have a good roster, but I also do want to say that this comment here by Jinja, where is it? Right here. And they're immediately fucked if he goes down, referring to Jaden Daniels. if we look, and I'm not saying the depth chart in terms of quarterback for the Eagles is any better, but you have Marcus Mariota, Josh Johnson, and Sam Hartman as your backups to Jaden Daniels. Those are your backups. Now, Philly's got Tanner McKee, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Kyle McCord. I'm not saying that's any better, but I don't know. To me, it's just Jalen Hurts has shown that he's consistent, doesn't get hurt, and is a Super Bowl champion. So I'm going Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys third, and Bills, Giants fourth. The Giants are obviously going through a rebuild, and while they do have some very, very interesting depth at quarterback, we're talking Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart. I think at the end of the day, Russell Wilson starting, and Jackson Dart might be second option.
Dude, I'm so mad.
The Giants, Tyrone Tracy, and I remember telling Bill this during the season. I was like, "You guys have a guy at running back with Tyrone Tracy Jr."
I had my Eagles head.
Did you really?
I can't find it.
Damn.
Well, it was awesome. It's like super realistic.
It's like 3D printed and shit.
I'll pull it out at the right time.
I love it. So guys, if you guys are on our page on YouTube, go to our posts section tab, and I put up a poll. Who will win the NFC East? Make sure to vote before we end this segment so we can read it off to see what you guys thought about who's going to win the NFC East. But yeah, I've got Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys at third, Giants at fourth. Kyle, you have the Commanders, and then what's the rest of the order here?
All right, so I'm going to go Commanders, Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Cowboys, Giants.
And you wanted to go Giants, didn't you?
I think after, everything that you were saying, as crazy as it is, I think I'm going to have to agree.
Oh, we're going
Eagles.
Let's go, baby. Call. So Kyle and I are finally agreeing on something on this podcast. We're going to go Eagles winning the NFC East on a last second change.
I think it's time we start respecting Jalen Hurts.
I agree. And while I think you have done on this podcast, you have actually stood up for Jalen Hurts more than a lot of NFL media on this podcast over the last several years. Even after that really bad year that they lost to Tampa in the wild card 2 seasons ago, I still think you kept true to Jalen Hurts. And I think the media is starting to catch on a little bit now too, because I agree. I feel like Jalen Hurts is disrespected. We were just talking about the quarterback list last week, and he was like 8th or 9th. And you and I were both like, there's no fucking way. There's no way he's there.
Dude. It is like...
This is great.
It is like every single year, Jalen Hurts does amazing. And he's still... we just did the top 5 quarterbacks, and Jalen Hurts was like 9th.
Mm-hmm. Ridiculous.
And Jaden Daniels is 5th.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
No, I think at the end of the day, even though Sirianni, and I meant what I said about the Dan Quinn thing, I think Jalen Hurts is the leader of the team.
100%. 100%.
And I think whenever your quarterback is the leader of your team, Manning, Tom Brady, Jalen Hurts, like whenever your quarterback is the leader, the head coach, he's important, but it's not that critical. And I don't know, like, is Jaden Daniels on the leadership level Jalen Hurts is? No, not right now.
I agree. And like you had mentioned Peyton Manning. I mean, you even look at Drew Brees too. You look at Drew Brees and he was like the heart and soul of that team. Sean Payton had a lot to do with that team, but Drew Brees was like the heart and soul. I mean, even now, right? Like I feel like a Jaden Daniels too, again, not to be like, again, putting him over Jalen Hurts or all these other guys, but whether it's Dan Quinn, whether it's, I don't know, whether it's one of the other candidates that the Commanders had in mind for the head coach, I think with Jaden Daniels as your guy, how cool, calm, and collected he is, which you had mentioned earlier during this segment, it just, the players see that and they're like, that's our guy. And I was listening to the podcast earlier where it was like, Jalen Hurts was sitting talking with a guy, I forget exactly who it was, and they're like, yeah, do you not want to sit with the quarterback? And they're like, nah, man, if the quarterback wants to, sit with you, he's the leader. We're going to give him his space. He's going to do his thing. And then when he wants to come chill with us, that's how we're going to do. And that's not like disrespect in any way. It's more like that's our leader and he's doing something, like he wants to talk with somebody personally. Like that is the respect you get for being the type of leader that you are. And Jalen Hurts has shown that he can be that type of person. So I totally agree. As Kyle's sipping on, sorry, Eagle Kyle is sipping on a drink right there. So I totally, like the disrespect with Jalen Hurts has to stop. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2. He's been to the playoffs the last 4 years. And this is with a revolving door at offensive coordinator position for them. I just, dude, they're the shit, man. He's the shit. He needs to stop being disrespected. He needs to be up there with like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Mahomes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what more he has to do, because he already went toe to toe with Mahomes the same way Josh Allen did.
And he played really well.
Like the same way Josh Allen did. And then we put Josh Allen right there. Jalen Hurts did that, and it didn't move the needle for anybody.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't get it. And the list we were just talking about last week proves that did not like move the needle for some people in the media. I just do not understand. Like I can't get into their heads and look at it from their perspective, because I'm looking at it at literal face value and being like, this guy is really, really good. I'm not sure why you have him at the bottom of a top 10 list. He should be in the top 5.
And where do you have the Cowboys and Giants?
We've got the same exact list. We've got Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, and Giants. Giants, they're gonna, I don't know what's gonna happen with Russ. I have a feeling he's gonna start. I feel like Jackson Dart at one point is gonna come in and start games for the Giants. And of course, wide receiver Malik Neighbors, Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton, like they've got a really good wide receiver room. And I think offensively, they're going to put up some good points. Defensively, I don't think they're there yet, although they have probably still one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. But I just don't think that they're anywhere near the Cowboys. And that's that I got the Cowboys finishing 3rd in the division.